It's game 2 of our TBS doubleheader, Portland and Utah. And Utah coming into the game desperately needs this. They have 6 games to go, including tonight, and they are 3 back of Portland. Of course, if they could catch Portland, they could get the home court advantage if they do meet in round 2.
Well, that's very optimistic when you look ahead to the second round. It's nice to be in that situation. You're worried about second round home court advantage.
Portland starts Scottie Pippen with Brian Grant, Rasheed Wallace at center. Arvydas Sabonis expected to play off the bench after missing the last 9. Damon Stoudemire and Steve Smith for Utah. The usual fivesome with Hornacek back. Steve Javy, our lead official. Could be a volatile situation. Steve refereeing a game with Rasheed Wallace in a new NBA record with 35 technicals. Hank Armstrong and Tim Donaghy round out the crew. Ball goes to the Utah Jazz. And John Stockton as we get this one underway. Utah playing very well. They lost yesterday at Compaq Center 99-90. Karl Malone said it was one of our worst performances of the year, but look for them to come out breathing fire tonight. Here is Rasheed around Karl Malone, and what a great play-in by the...
That's 2 baskets that were saved. One by Grant, one by Wallace, and blocking shots.
Utah always ranks among the league leaders in field goal percentage. A little cold, but Brian Russell, who leads them in 3-point goals, drops down number 101 this year.
Chicago used to do it with 3 big men. Right now, Utah's trying to do it with 2 big men.
Rasheed Wallace, he throws up a 3. Malone leaks out. Malone fouled. Boy, can he run the floor still at age 36. Steve Smith out to Brian Grant. And Steve Smith made the free throw. Then Rasheed Wallace on the line made one of his 2. Karl with an impossible fade. Blocked by Brian Russell. He got Scottie Pippen.
Scottie's got a little smile on his face. He didn't realize he was behind him. Scottie thought he had a clean lay-in. No good.
Karl Malone takes the fade after faking the handoff.
Here's Greg Anthony trying to set the screen and free him up.
He is a big man. And he fumbles. Steve Smith again. He just is too big for Utah's guard, Mike.
Before the quarter ends.
Stockton is the master at getting 2 for 1. And he's going to make a 3 on the first one. And after 12 minutes of play, Portland has a lead of 2 at 20-18. Game 2 of our NBA on TBS Monday night doubleheader from Salt Lake City. Back into the tunnel near the locker room with a sprained ankle early in the game. He's guarding Armin Gilliam, who makes the left-hand runner in the lane.
Yeah, this is one of the big pickups during the course of the season. Gilliam's sitting out, had a number of teams that talked to him. He waited. He wanted to see which one made the most sense for him to give himself a chance to win and win big, and he decided Utah was the spot for him.
Greg Anthony
is that game, so they've had some real tough luck on calls in New York.
Portland would win this game. They would go up 4 with 5 to go, and they would win the season series, the first tiebreaker. Fonzie Wells with a great step along the baseline.
Here they are shooting bonus already because Utah has committed too many.
There's Rasheed Wallace. He checks the clock. Shot clock at 5. Well, that's a tough cover for Karl Malone. The second half to go in this first half. Portland has been the better club so far, and they lead 37-29. Hornacek lost the ball. Hornacek, oh, he's hot. And Sloan gets a technical. And he may not be done.
Their complaint is that when the defensive player's arm, Stacey Augmon, denied the ball, that he actually hit the arm of Jeff Hornacek. There's no question the ball went off of Hornacek as it went out of bounds, but how did he lose control of it? Did the defense hit his arm to knock it free? That's the complaint by Jerry Sloan. On the pop-out right there, their feeling is that Augmon's arm made contact with Hornacek. That's why he lost it off his leg. Sloan gets a T.
What's he then? Steve Smith. No call. Stoudemire fouled as he made a 3-pointer from the corner. A rare shot and a 4-point play. The reason they want to emphasize him, he is the 5th leading field goal shooter in the league at 51%. He almost always gets a good shot, much like Stockton from the corner. Trying to post Grant on Malone. Pippen will take it over the top and knock down the jumper. That is Scottie Pippen's first basket in the game, his first 2 points. And the Portland Trailblazers get out of it with a 9-point lead at 45 to 36. Going right to Steve Smith. Here comes the double by Brian Russell. By Stoudemire. Does he want it, or will we give it to Pippen? Mighty Mouse, he picked it, so he'll take the deuce himself. Utah now down 15 points. Hornacek, who has not scored tonight in 18 minutes of play. Offensive foul is the call on Malone.
That shot, but Frank got it up just over the top of his outstretched hand.
Malone answers. And immediately he gets jacked in. Look. Rebound Malone right up in rhythm. Back comes Portland. Pippen. Russell down. No call. Blocked by Ostertag. Stockton. He loves that pull-up three. They called it a 2 and a throw on the line. Utah has it within 8.
Greg, you're so right. John Stockton loves to come down in transition and suddenly pull up for a 3, particularly at a critical moment. That's a critical moment because it's turned the crowd on. It's got the Jazz feeling a little bit better.
A 10-4 Utah run to get this game down to 60 to 52. And here he is from the corner, knocking down the long shot.
Box position on the floor, right there.
Malone, beautiful cut. Shot clock at 10. Sabonis under the basket. Man, he is a pleasure to watch, isn't he? He's such a smart player, much like Stockton. Utah Jazz got back into it a bit, but Portland still leads this one by 8. 66 to 58 Blazers in Game 2 of our CBS NBA Monday night doubleheader. Especially against you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, and, tough foul. He almost made that throw. Pippen got the foul. And now Russell going for the hat trick. Well, that'll turn the game around. It's down to 5. This was a 16-point Portland lead, and now it's 5. Stockton and Malone are resting simultaneously. Look at Utah beat over the boards. Bonzi Wells knocks down Vaughn, and he goes in for a rip. What a play by Bonzi Wells. They are irate here in Salt Lake City that no foul was called.
Well, it's probably...
Almost threw it away. Stockton the save. Howard Isley a 3. We have a game now. It's a 3-pointer with 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Stacey Augmon getting a lot of playing tonight with the injury to playing time tonight with the injury to Detlef Schrempf. Jermaine O'Neal, a high pass, but 24-second clock sounds on the Blazers.
Nobody in Portland knew what was left on the 24-second clock. All of a sudden, you get caught up with the crowd, the emotion, and the energy of Utah getting back in it, and you forget the small things.
The deck, Bonzi Wells. Well, he takes some wild shots at times. Up the floor is Russell. He rips it. We have a 1-point game. Utah's 16-point deficit has been cut to 1.
Well, this might be a time to take another timeout, get back in there, let's regroup again. Okay, they've made a run, but we got
to cut it from 8 to 1. It was 16 early third quarter. Rasheed Wallace travels.
Something that Karl Malone has done over and over again throughout his career is he gets post-up people leaning so hard because of the strength. He then steps back, breaks contact, and suddenly the offensive player loses his balance.
Rasheed Wallace, clock is at 3. Oh, they call illegal defense with a shot clock winding down, and Jerry Sloan, who already has 1 team, goes wild. He may go here. He's on the floor. Bill Johnson be at the ready. Jerry Sloan has been kicked out at 2 of the 3 previous matchups with the Blazers. Steve Smith will be on the free throw line. He didn't like that call coming so late on the 24, to be sure. Timeout Jerry Sloan keeps working over Hank Armstrong. Utah down 2 with 6.5 to play. I hear you're pretty good with that telestrator, Mr. Pizzella.
Well, we'll take a quick look at where the illegal defense came from. The guy that's called when Grant moves over to this side, that imaginary midpoint, his defensive player can stay as low as he wants. Ostertag there floating around is allowed to be there. That's what Jerry Sloan objected to.
Steve Smith against Brian Russell. Clock at 2. A 3 is made by Anthony.
Nice job in transition defense that time by the Blazers getting back.
Utah has their first lead since it was 7-6, 3.5 minutes into the game. From 16 down to up, 73-72.
Small on big, that's what they tried to get.
Grant, catch, shot. Oh, he made it. In one motion, he caught and banked it in. What a play.
Pippen against Stockton.
Clock at 10. Isley, a 2-pointer. 76-74. Utah. Timeout. Mike Dunleavy and the Blazers. I think Rasheed Wallace may come back in. He's got 5 fouls, but it's crunch time now. And Pippen, no. Malone in a crowd, his 12th rebound. Well, they're going ahead, Stockton now. 22, so a 10-point home edge from the line for Jerry Sloan. 2-point game, 2 minutes to go. Smith got fouled.
That he can drive the lane and score the ball over Ostertag. It's not going to work right now.
Is missed. Where'd Stockton get in there? Oh, it's going to be on Stockton. They got a loose ball foul on Stockton. And tries to break you down where Anthony will float and try to make a 3 on you. Russell missed the last free throw, makes this one. 1-point game. 1:05 to go. How do you work the clock here if you're Dunleavy and the Blazers?
Well, I like him taking that quick timeout because not only did he talk about blocking out the foul line and attacking the press if they press, but he gave you a half-court play. What do you want to run when you come back down?
A 3 is made by Steve Smith to give Portland a 4-point lead. What a
2 and a 3 or a 3 and a 2.
Malone did not even look at the basket when he was open there, and Stockton draws a foul.
Get the ball back with 12 seconds remaining. He better stop talking, yeah, and get his body in front of Russell. He's going to crash in from the outside.
John Stockton, 83 to 81. A lot of great games going on. Lakers and Sonics have gone to overtime. The Lakers are shackless. Pippen doubled. Clock at 12. Anthony for 3. He got it. Portland has made 2 huge threes down the stretch. Steve Smith and now Greg Anthony.
Well, you called it, Greg. You said it. Anthony likes to spot, float, get to the open area, and on the kick pass back out again, shoot the 3.
What is Sloan? Sloan's got to go here. Sloan's got to go. What is he so upset about? Jerry already has 1 technical.
About the timeout that Utah won, or whether or not it was awarded or not, or the count was taking place.
Wow, Jerry Sloan has really worked this game with amazing intensity, even for him. He's one of the most intense guys you'll meet in sports, but he has been working it all night long.
Well, in defense of the official, when a guy gets the ball, stands out of bounds, and is looking at the coach to make a decision, the count has started.
Yeah, it's also counting down on Sloan here, Mike, as they only have 22 seconds to go. And they are down 5. Portland with a couple of huge 3-pointers. They had only made 2 of 12 beyond the line all night. And here in the last moments for Steve Smith. And then just moments ago, Greg Anthony for a 5-point lead. Well, right back to Russell for a 3. Nope. Rebound to Wallace. And Wallace got fouled as he was coming down. And that is just about it with 8.5 seconds to